Hey everyone, I welcome you all to this video. And today in this video, we will do a small exercise to understand the difference between add column and transform tab in Power Query Editor. So let's open this Power BI report. It might take some time to open. All right. Okay. So there is a new data set that we will be using for it. And it is basically an Excel sheet. So first of all, let's open Power Query Editor. So I'll simply click here on Transform Data, and it will open the Power Query Editor for us. All right. So we want to bring the data to Power BI desktop using an Excel sheet. So I will simply click here on New Source, Excel Workbook. And then this is the data that we are going to use, PQE, add and transform columns. This is the data that we want to bring to Power BI desktop, that is sheet 1. So we will select this worksheet and we'll simply click on OK. All right. So this is the data that we have. First of all, I want to rename this query. So here you can see it is named sheet 1. We will simply double click on it and we will name it as add column slash transform, or we can write add slash transform columns. All right. We can further increase the size a little bit. Okay. And now we will discuss about the two tabs. Here you can see that we have transform tab and here we have add column tab, right? So we will be discussing about them and we will do a small activity to understand the difference. All right. So first of all, here you can see that this particular table consists of only one column, and this column is named column 1, right? And here you can see that in the first record, we have location written here. So location is basically nothing but the actual name of the column. So we want to bring this first record to this column name position. So how we can do that? Under this transform tab, you can see this option that use first row as headers. Simply click on this option. So you can now see that our column is named location. Now we can rename this column. So again, simply double click on location and you can rename it as, since there were pipe operators that were present there in the name of the column, we simply want to write location here. So we can simply write location. All right. Now we are interested in changing the data type of the column. Let's say we want to keep it text. So we will further click here on ABC123 icon and we will select text from here. All right. Now you will see that in different records, we have a total of 21 records now. And in different records, we are having data available for city, state, and respective PIN codes. And these values are separated by commas, while in the beginning and in the end, in each cell, you can see that we have pipe operators available. So we have to transform this data, right? So that we can, let's say, use it for reporting. But as of now, we are discussing about the data cleaning part. So we will see that how to clean this data. Right. So that's the major focus. Now the next step is, you can see that in the first record, we are not having any data available, but since we simply have two pipe operators and there are some hyphens, right? So we do not need this record. So we have to remove this record. So under this home tab, we have something called remove rows. You just simply click on this drop down, select remove top rows. Since we are interested in removing top 1 row, so specify 1 and click on OK. So it removed the first row for us. Now we have brought the data in this form. Now let's say we are interested in removing the pipe operators from these cell values. So I will click here on this column, location column. Then I'll click on transform tab. And here we have in this text column group, we have something called extract. So I will simply click on the drop down. And since we are interested in extracting the text between the pipe operators, so here the pipe operator will become our delimiter. And I will select this option, that is text between delimiters. Simply click on this option. Start delimiter is a pipe operator. End delimiter is also a pipe operator. Simply mention the pipe operator in both of them and then simply click on OK. So you will see that pipe operators are now gone. And here we have something called applied steps. So whatever steps you have applied or whatever activity you have performed, you will see each one of them being recorded here in applied steps, right? And you can delete the step from here. And if you want to redo something, then you can again perform the same operation, right? So we will discuss about applied steps as well, but you should be aware of it. And this is something very important that we use it time and again while working with Power Query Editor in Power BI. Now, let's say we want that we should be having this Mumbai, Maharashtra, and this 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, and then 1. That is the pin code. We want city, state, and pin codes to be available in different columns, right? So how we can achieve that? If having this column selected, if under this transform tab, let's say I click on extract and I, let's say, select this option, that is text before delimiter. And if I will supply the delimiter as comma, because you can see that we have values separated by comma. So I will simply click on OK. So here you can see that it transformed the same column. And at the same column, we are not having, we didn't get 3 different columns, but we got only 1 column. That single column was transformed and we got only the city names. But I said that the requirement was that we want 3 different columns to be created. In the first column, we'll be having city name. In the second one, we'll be having state name. And the third one, we'll be having the pin code. So I will delete this step from the applied steps. And again, we got the data in the form we had before that step. Now I will click on add column. And now I will simply click here on this column that we have, location column. And now here also you can see that we have same group, that is from text group. And now I will click on extract. And now let's click on text before delimiter. And comma is our delimiter. Click on OK. So you can see that 2 columns were created. And in this column, in the new column, we have only city names, right? So the first comma that it found or Power BI encountered, so before that first comma, it extracted all the values. So this is nothing but the city names that we wanted. So I'll simply double click on this newly created column's name, which is named text before delimiter, and I'll rename it as city. And I'll simply click on enter. Now we also wanted the state names to be present there. So again, I'll click on the location column. And under this add column tab, I'll click on extract. Then now I will select text between delimiters. So our starting delimiter is a comma, ending delimiter is also a comma. So you can see that in this column, the values between 2 commas will be extracted and it will be given to us in a new column because we have selected add column option. So simply click on OK and you can see that a new column is created that consists of the names of the states. So again, I'll double click on this newly created column's name and I will name it as, you can name it as state. All right. Now I will again click on this location column and let's click on extract. And now let's click on this text before delimiter, or maybe we can select text after delimiter and let's apply comma. And let's see what is the new column that it adds. So if I'll click on OK, you can see that from the left, Power BI started checking each one of the values in each one of the cells. And the first comma it encountered, to the right of it, all the values were given to us in this particular column. But still, we are having state and pin code names, pin codes and state names in this newly created column. We only want pin codes. So now I will click on text after delimiter column. Again, I'll click on extract. And now again, we want text after delimiter. We will provide the name of the delimiter, that is comma. Click on OK. And you can see again a new column was added in which we only have pin codes available. Now, let's double click on this text after delimiter dot 1 column. And let's rename it as your pin code. Press enter. And now since we do not require this column, that is text after delimiter column, so I'll simply click here on this column and then I will press the delete button from the keyboard. So this is now gone. And you can see that this step is reflect. All the steps, in fact, whatever we performed are reflected here. So removed column. Now, again, we do not want, let's say, this location column. So I'll simply click here on this location column and I'll simply select this delete. Click on delete. So now that column is also not available. So we brought the data in this form, right? So that's how we can use add column option. And if we would have simply used the transform option, it will transform the same column. While if you will use add column option, then it will add a new column for you. So that is the difference between these two tabs basically. And we will meet in the next session. We will take more tasks and we will take more examples to understand more about other functionalities in Power Query Editor. I hope this video was helpful. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.